Guys, we are on the last video of the year, and so it's fittingly called 10 things to declutter before 2019. Start off the new year with a bang, fresh slate, and peace of mind. So we're going to get right into it. The very first thing that you definitely want to declutter is your laundry. The laundry area that I use has two things. It's always just had two things: vinegar and dish detergent, and that's it. And it's in special canisters too, so it looks very peaceful. It just looks peaceful. But having just two things is such a breeze. I've had this for years. I've only used two things and it's been perfectly fine. You might need an extra stain remover, but almost nothing else matters. So why not go through your laundry area right now and just get it squared away to the very essential. And the very next thing is your makeup. Going through your makeup, now's the perfect time. You've gone through all the holiday parties, you've traveled, so you've probably worn all the makeup that you will use in the whole next year, no problem. So it's a perfect time to take stock, go through them and throw out anything that's expired and anything that hasn't been used, especially over the holidays. If you haven't used it, odds are you're not going to use it. So I've gotten down my makeup to a very small makeup bag area, so it's very easy to put everything on and put everything away. Nothing ever gets out of control. It's very easy to get out the door. So the very next thing is to go through your Christmas presents and especially your medicine cabinet and get rid of any excess products, because if you're anything like me, you probably get a lot of lotions or extra product like that. If you're anything like me, you probably get a lot of lotions and stuff, but I was probably just projecting because I always get bath stuff. I just like the way bath stuff look. They look so minimalist in their packaging, and you know, there's cool petals in the bath items and stuff like that, fizzy bombs and stuff. Anyway, go through the things that you're not going to use, because if you already have too much, then it's a perfect time to get it out the door right before the new year. Have a completely new slate. I gotta tell you guys, this year has been a really good year for me. The holidays have been so manageable this year because everything has been squared away. So traveling becomes way easier, peace of mind becomes way easier, and the holidays become a lot easier as well. The next thing to get through is clothes. Clothes really build up for me, and sometimes I'm just not excited of the way that the color looks on me, of the fit of the clothes. Sometimes I grow out of things, I lose weight, and then I can't fit dresses anymore. Don't hold on to things just in case, even if you spent money. The key to getting around something, if you spent good money on it and you never want to let those things go, other than selling them obviously, is basically to get into the mindset of generosity. So if you're a very frugal person, you work very hard, the key is, if you are generous, then giving away the things that you no longer use is so easy, because it's just a natural extension of generosity. The next thing is to get rid of any mindsets that hold you back, any negative thinking or any fears, whether it's fear of success or it's fear of other things. Think about why you're worried about those things. Think about the environment you're in. The key is to think about it in terms of that you can do things and to think about things positively. So getting rid of the negative mindset is very important to that, because if you're always thinking about what's going on wrong throughout the year, it doesn't matter how many good habits you add in if the mindset is always holding you back. You've got to look for the silver linings. You've got to meditate and show gratitude, and also smile. Actually smiling on occasion, making sure that you're smiling, that's something that is a cue to your brain. And the next thing to get rid of is bad eating habits. This is something that a lot of us want to get through in the new year. We want to tackle bad eating habits, and you just got to get to it, especially when it comes to sugary drinks. Sugary drinks, coffee, sodas, anything like that. If you're trying to be healthier in any way, you're trying to have more energy, sustained mood, water will really change things around for you if that is one of your goals. Also, paying attention to the things that you struggle with. For instance, if you have migraines or you have a hard time concentrating, you're reading a book and all of a sudden you're getting sidetracked again. If you have trouble like that, look up the foods that affect those things. For instance, migraines, what affects it? Because I used to have terrible migraines. I cut out milk and I almost never have migraines now. And the same thing. And so basically, if you get your life in balance, your mindset in a good place, your life in balance, you're not in a defensive state of mind, but you're in a proactive state of mind, and you get your life in balance, everything in balance, and you're eating well, it's very hard. It's very hard to fall off track because all of these things are cumulative. And then eventually you'll be making good choice after good choice. So it is a matter of paying attention to the small things and not just zooming out. This all speaks to balance. So the very next thing is bad habits. Again, we already covered this, but bad habits are cumulative. So including social media, if you're always browsing on social media, ask yourself if it's adding any happiness to your life whatsoever, and then adjusting accordingly. Having discipline in those things, you're never going to regret it. You're not going to regret it when you stick to the things that you know are for you or that add to your general spirit of generosity and positivity. You're not going to regret it. And a lot of times on social media, it doesn't go in that direction. It doesn't actually foster deep connections with people. It is just a medium, but a medium with which to build relationships with others. The next thing to get rid of before 2019 is procrastination. Last year, I went ahead and I scanned all of the papers, and this year was so much better because all of my paperwork was done. Every year, there's going to be someone reminding you about paperwork, about photos, but now is the time. Getting into the mindset of now is the time. You can do it. You have the energy to do it. Always thinking in terms of that. You have the motivation, you have the energy. If you don't, you can make the adjustments, whether it's through exercise or waking up a little bit early. You can make the adjustments to ensure that you have the energy to get on top of things. Because when your outside environment is orderly, it makes everything, travel, anything pleasurable, and anything including productivity a lot easier. So then the very next thing is extra cleaning. I have a Roomba, and it's the best purchase that I've ever had since last year. It's the best purchase because I can leave the house, go driving, and everything is clean on the floor. It encourages me to keep everything clean, and it just goes to work. It's extremely thorough. So thinking in terms of that, getting extra cleaning and not always trying to do everything yourself. Obviously, sometimes you have to do what you have to do, but if there are ways around it, for instance, Amazon 2-day shipping, that is a perfect thing to ask for Mother's Day or for Christmas. Those kind of gifts are things that keep on giving because it makes your life so much easier. Cleaning and having less shopping to do, think in terms of that, and you will not regret it because you will have more time to spend on the things that really matter. And then the very last thing to get rid of is toxic people. You don't want to be too dependent on someone, and you also don't want to be so independent that you just never make anybody feel needed or that you're never there for other people. You know what I'm saying? There is a balance in all things. Being good-hearted and being selfish. Anything too far in one direction is just not healthy. And that's why on this channel I talk about minimalism in terms of balance, because balance is very important. When it comes down to it, balance is extremely important, and it doesn't take a lot to be balanced. What do you want your future to look like? What is important values? And do the people in your life have some of those values? You're not the sum of anything, but you are what you choose to be. And so thinking about things in terms of that, again, goes to the mindset, and it also goes towards the things that you're going to attract. You know, there was a beacon that's beckoning. And if you're saying, well, I'm just too nice of a person, that again is seeing yourself as the underdog. You cannot think like that because it's going to constantly be giving excuses and then giving excuses to other people for the way that they are as well if they're crossing too many lines. So you've got to just say, no, it is within my power to be a good-hearted person, a balanced person, and to attract good things. And then don't settle for anything less than that. And so the 3 things that you want to add into your life, because we talked about the things that you want to take out, the 3 things you definitely want in 2019 is balance, which we've discussed, giving a good mindset, and also gratitude. Gratitude and mindfulness. Every day being so thankful, and this is what I want to close the video on and close 2018 on, is gratitude. There are some days that I wake up in the morning and I just think to myself, I'm so lucky. I am so lucky. You know, growing up, we had almost nothing. And my dad would save up for vacations. We could never afford to go to, and the life that I get to live now, I am so grateful for every day. It's even just having new clothes, the free things too. We are so lucky, guys. We are so lucky, and there's always enough. There's always enough, and you are always enough. Thinking in that mindset of gratitude for everything. Just think about how far you've come in life. So I look forward to seeing you guys in 2019. Thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you guys for a really great 2018.